Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I'm going to show you a stitch, a very easy stitch. Even for you guys, the beginners, it's going to be easy. This stitch has only 2 rows repeat. I'm going to use 3.0 millimeter crochet hook. You can use any crochet hook that you like or the yarn recommends. This stitch we're going to chain even numbers. So I have here 14 chains. I'm going to do a small sample. So we're going to skip the first chain, and into the second chain from the hook we're going to go in there and do a single crochet, and this row is going to be single crochet in each chain. So you move to the next chain, single crochet, and so on. Next chain, single crochet, until you finish this row. Well, this yarn is a little bit thinner. I'm using, like I said, 3.0 millimeter crochet hook. I think this one is nice to alternate colors or to work with variegated yarn if you like. But I think this one might look nicer if you use a thicker yarn, like for example at least to go with a 4.5 or 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. So single crochet in each chain, and then we're gonna chain 2, turn your work, and into the first stitch here, yarn over the hook, we're gonna go into the first stitch and do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. You can go as many times as you like if you like the puffs to be a little bit bigger. Then yarn over and pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1. We're going to skip the next stitch, and into the next we're going to do a puff. So this row is going to be like this. So this is one of the rows that you're going to repeat. It's very easy. Pull the yarn through all the loops, then chain 1. And again, we're going to skip the next stitch, and into the next we're going to do a puff. Chain 1. Skip the next stitch, and into the next we repeat. We're gonna do a puff. Don't forget to chain that one. So skip the next stitch, and into the next we're gonna make a puff. If I move too fast, you have the option to slow down the speed of the video. So again, skip the next stitch, and into the next we're gonna repeat. Chain 1, and at the end you're going to be left with 2 stitches. We're going to skip the next stitch, and into the next, which is the last one, we're going to do a puff. So get the 2 strands on the crochet hook, pull the yarn through all the loops, then chain 2, turn your work. It's going to look like this in the beginning. Then into the first stitch, right here on top of the puff, we're gonna do a single crochet, yarn over the hook. We're gonna go 1 row below where we skipped that stitch when we did these puffs. So we're gonna go through that stitch, and we're gonna do a half double crochet. The next stitch, which is right on top of the puff, we're gonna do a single crochet. So you're gonna alternate like this. Then you're gonna skip the puff, and you're gonna go to the stitch that we skipped from the previous row, and you're gonna do a half double crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. You're gonna skip the puff, and you're gonna go below to the row where we skipped the stitch, and we're gonna do a half double crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. Skip the puff, and you go below to that stitch that we skipped, half double crochet, and so on. So these are the 2 rows that you're going to repeat. This one with a single and half double crochet, and the next row is going to be the puffs. Skip, and you have the last stitch here that we skipped. I'm going to do a half double crochet, and you're gonna go right on top of the puff right here. Yeah. And you're gonna do a single crochet. You're gonna chain 2, and now you're gonna repeat the row with the puffs. It's gonna look like this. So now, for example, before you chain these 2 here, let me, for example, you are to do the single crochet at the end here. Gonna go in there, gonna pull up a loop, and now to do the single crochet, and now is the time that you're gonna attach the new yarn. For example, if you want to work with different colors, so you're gonna attach the new yarn, and you're gonna finish the single crochet, then you're gonna chain 2, you're gonna turn your work, and then we're gonna start the row. So each time you want to change the colors should be the row when you start to do the puffs. Yeah. So the first stitch is here, we're gonna start to do a puff in there. So once, twice, and the third time. Pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1. Skip the next stitch and into the next, which is right on top of the puff from the previous rows. You're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. Gonna pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 1, and so on. Skip the next stitch and into the next, you're gonna repeat. You're gonna make a puff. It's a very easy stitch, simple, if you like. Like I said, this one, skip and into the next, you're gonna repeat. This one will look nice either with one color, whatever color you're gonna choose, but thicker yarn, or you're gonna alternate colors. But I think alternating colors, it looks nicer. So you're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next, you're gonna do a puff. Chain 1, and at the end here, you're gonna go, so you're gonna skip the next stitch and into the next, which is the last one, you're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. Pull the yarn through all the loops, chain 2, and now you're gonna repeat the row with a single crochet in first here, the first stitch, yarn over the hook, and you're gonna go below the stitch that you skipped, this one here. So you're gonna do a half double crochet. The next stitch on top of the puff, single crochet. Skip the puff and you have the stitch right here. So you're gonna do a half double crochet. Next stitch, single crochet, and so on. So the next is single and half, single, and so on. If you are to work with one color, the design, you don't see that the pattern is so nice, but you can use alternating colors. So the last, it's right here on top. We're gonna do the single crochet right there. So now is the moment that you're gonna attach the new color. You're gonna chain 2, and you're gonna start the row with the puffs. So you will see the difference. Yeah. Like now with the one color, it's okay. If you don't mind, that doesn't show so well the pattern. Yeah. So this is one of the sides, and this is the other side. So you choose which one you like to work with. Yeah. So this is the stitch. Well, I hope you can find something to work with this stitch if you like. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.